The reality is we see peaceful protests launching in Los Angeles. And again, any violence against police officers should not be accepted. Local authorities can handle that. But remember, a lot of these peaceful protests are being generated because the President of the United States is sowing chaos and confusion by arresting people who are showing up for their immigration hearings, who are trying to abide by the law.
Guys, I really need your help with something. I'm confused, and I don't know what to believe anymore. The mayor of LA is saying that these protests that are happening are peaceful. The governor of California is saying that everything is under control, that these protests are all peaceful. I turn on CNN, I turn on MSNBC. I see cars burning and smoldering flames in the background, but the news anchors are all telling me that these protests are peaceful. So my question for you guys is, at peaceful protest, do peaceful protesters usually attack animals? Do they usually throw homemade makeshift firework bombs at horses? Is that something that often happens at peaceful protest? Is that something that should be considered peaceful? Attacking innocent animals in the street? Is that something that's considered peaceful? Please let me know. While you are pondering over that question, while you are forming and formulating an answer, because I know it's a complicated situation, I want you guys to check out these clips of what is happening on the ground in LA right now. The protesters are attacking horses. Let's take a look. Well, would you look at that? I don't know, guys. Looks really peaceful to me. I guess people just have a different idea of what's really peaceful, you know? Like when I think of peaceful, I think of hearing the waves crashing against the shoreline on the ocean, smelling the salt water in the breeze, reading a book, looking at the seagulls and pelicans fly by. That's what I think of when I think of peaceful. But I guess people in LA, they have a different way of looking at life. I guess being sweaty and stinky in the middle of the streets while hurling fireworks at Seabiscuit, I guess that's what they view as peaceful. So I don't want to be too judgmental because different strokes for different folks. But, I mean, someone has to be to blame for this, right? I mean, we cannot blame the peaceful protesters out there in LA who are attacking, peacefully hanging out with the horses. We can't blame them for their own actions, but someone has to be blamed, right? Right?
Chaos caused by the administration. People should exercise their right to protest. That's their First Amendment right. But people should also exercise that right peacefully. We do not want to play into the administration's hands. We're working with officials, we're organizing resources, but what we're seeing in Los Angeles is chaos that is provoked by the administration. When you raid Home Depot and workplaces, when you tear parents and children apart, and when you run armored caravans through our streets, you cause fear and you cause panic.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. I guess it is Donald Trump's fault that Pedro is in the middle of the streets in LA setting self-driving cars on fire. We can't blame the Democrats who allowed our country to be flooded with illegal immigrants. We can't blame the mayor of Los Angeles who says that everything is okay, who takes vacations as Los Angeles burns to the ground. We can't blame her. We can't blame Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who constantly allows California to be destroyed one way or the other. We can't blame him. He's not to blame, surely. It's Donald Trump's fault that illegal immigrants have taken over LA and they are burning LA to the ground. Surely that is Donald Trump's fault. It can't be anyone else's fault, right? It can't be any of the city officials in LA's fault. It can't be Joe Biden's fault. It can't be this guy's fault or that guy's fault or that woman's fault. It's got to be blamed on Donald Trump. Because the logical conclusion, the logical explanation for everything is that everything is just Trump's fault. We can't blame people for their personal actions. We can't blame groups and communities of people for their collected actions. We just got to say, hey, it's Trump's fault. I guess that's one way of looking at things. Think about it. All jokes aside, in all seriousness for a moment, wouldn't life be so simple and sweet if you were really that stupid? That you could look at just everything, all of the chaos that is breaking out, and you could just blame it on Donald Trump and you don't have to really think about anything. You don't have to get deep into your thoughts. You don't have to analyze this. You don't have to analyze that. You don't have to have a lick of common sense. You can just look at everything and say, oh, it's Trump. It's Trump's fault that they're standing on top of burning cars with the Mexican flag. It's all him. These people are absolutely ridiculous, and they continue to show their asses. And the problem is, for these people, not for us, We live in a different America now than we did in 2020. A lot of people are fed up. I know I am. I know most of you watching this video are. You don't got to tell me, I know. We're living in a different America now. People are no longer afraid to speak out. I never was. Some people were, but even a lot of those people are no longer afraid to speak out. People aren't going to be afraid to stand up. You're not going to pull on people's heartstrings and manipulate their emotions in the way you did 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of people ain't playing that BS anymore. You could throw your sob stories around. You could show pictures of people crying and all of this. I don't think a lot of people care anymore. A lot of the people that may have cared 4 or 5 years ago, they have been backstabbed by the media. They have woken up to how the media operates, and they are done with it. They are done with it. So I don't know what they think they're gaining here by these protests, but all they're doing is making things worse for themselves. All they're doing is putting on full display why they need to get the hell out of this country. Because they don't value this country at all. I've said this in past videos and I'll say it again. If these people came out here waving American flags, expressing their love for America, trying to show that they should be Americans too, then I think they would have actually gained a little bit of support in these demonstrations. If they peacefully demonstrated and flew American flags and talked about how much they love America, I think they would have received a lot more acceptance than some people would imagine. But instead, they came out flying foreign flags, saying death to America, burning the American flag, spitting on the American flag, while desperately trying to stay here, while fighting to stay here, waving a foreign flag that of a country that they don't want to go to, that they're clawing and scratching and crying and screaming, trying not to go to. They have to be dragged physically to the countries that they're so proud of. They literally have to be rounded up, physically dragged and deported to these countries that they're so proud of. That's how badly they don't want to go to these countries. Yet they have the audacity to disrespect America time and time again, and Americans are fed up with it. There's no more chances. It's over. It's time for these people to get the hell out of here. But for now, it's time for you all to get down in my comment section and let me know how you feel about this. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. If you would like to donate to the channel, you could do so via Cash App or Super Thanks. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.